Live for us from Portland, Oregon tonight. Joining me now, Sheriff David Clarke of the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and Julie Roginski, a Fox News contributor and Democratic analyst. Sheriff Clarke, this is something you are very familiar with. What do you make of what is happening in U.S. cities tonight as these protests continue just 3 nights after Donald Trump was elected president?
Well, these are anarchists, full-fledged anarchists. They don't even support the Constitution. This isn't constitutionally protected behavior. They also advocate for the overthrow of the rule of law here in the United States of America. This is designed to intimidate the Trump administration right out of the gate and to intimidate Trump supporters so that they don't go big and bold once they take office in January. But they cannot be dissuaded by this. Donald Trump ran on a theme, one of the themes of law and order. I'm tired of these police executives, not the cops. The cops are under orders, but I'm tired of them tiptoeing around this. You look at the destruction of these businesses. This undermines the public confidence that their government can't get around this thing. They come in the morning, their businesses are destroyed, cars are vandalized and set on fire, people are injured. This has to be quelled immediately, and if they do not, you're going to see more property destruction, you're going to see people injured, police officers injured, and possibly people killed.
So, Julie,
this must be quelled immediately.
There are calls, Julie, for Donald Trump to say something and step in here. I mean, he really did. He took to Twitter today, said he loves the fact that the small groups of protesters last night have passion for our great country. He said, we will all come together and be proud. That was after 9 hours before that. He said these protests were very unfair. But where's the president? Does he need to step up and condemn this behavior? The White House has reacted, saying this is constitutionally protected speech and protest. Should President Obama say something at this point?
Well, there's two different things going on. It is constitutionally protected protest and speech when it's just speech. When they start rioting and they start destroying businesses, that's not constitutionally protected behavior. That's unacceptable behavior. Look, I'm disappointed about the outcome of this election as well, but there is no excuse to destroy private property or to riot, to protest an election that, frankly, Donald Trump won. He won the Electoral College. He is our president-elect. These people have to come to terms with that. They can protest peacefully all they want, but there's no excuse to be violent or to start rioting or to hurt people who had nothing to do with Donald Trump becoming president and hurting their business. I will say I think it would be very helpful, and I'm not sure if this is possible, for Donald Trump and the president to release a joint statement calling on people to, if they want to protest peacefully and to stop rioting. There is no reason that this behavior needs to happen. And I think it would be very helpful in a bipartisan manner if they both did that jointly to show that we have a peaceful transition from one administration to the next, and this is a bipartisan issue.
I mean, you look at this crowd right now, and protesters in L.A. said that they were taking a break, saving their energy for the weekend, so we don't know where this is going. What needs to be done at this point, considering the riots and the violent behavior that we saw, for example, in Portland last night? What can be done now to stop these?
Well, first of all, President-elect Donald Trump has to be a little careful here because this is the job of the President of the United States, and the Constitution calls for only one, and until January 20th, that's Barack Obama. Look, these are his supporters. These are the people who supported him, Mrs. Bill Clinton. These are people who supported Bernie Sanders as well. It is their responsibility to reach out and to remind these individuals of this time-honored peaceful transition of power here in the United States. So at least to draw the line, that would at least draw the line, and then law enforcement must use all reasonable force. In Milwaukee, I've given my officers, I signed off on allowing them to use the rubber bullets, the bean bags that are put out from a projectile, and they hurt when they hit you, and the flashbangs, and up to and including tear gas to quell these disturbances.
But
what happens is they let
problem.
it get it. What you can't do is you can't let the momentum build, and that's what happens. It's too late after an hour or so, or 2 hours, when the momentum is on their side and the momentum gets going. So early on is when they have to disperse these crowds.
Sheriff Clarke, before I let you go, your name is being floated about as potential Homeland Security chief under the Trump presidency. A lot of speculation out there.
Well, we're a long ways from that. Look, I supported Donald Trump because I thought this country needed his leadership. There were no strings attached. I'm flattered and I'm honored. If the president asked me to serve, I would step up and serve, but I don't think we're there yet.
All right. Sheriff Clarke and Julie Roginski, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Well, throughout the